Alright, here we go. So today, it's going to be... what? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Start that over. Oh man. Quite the meme. Cut that out. Okay, so today I'm talking about Batman vs. Superman. This is my official review of what has to be maybe one of the most discombobulated movies I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, I came into this movie with absolutely zero expectations. In fact, I was expecting it to be as bad as it was. But oh no! No. It actually surpassed my expectations for how bad a movie truly could be. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've watched a few other reviews, and I think they've all done a good job of describing the catastrophe that happens, but I think what's more important is talking about the core issue of Batman vs. Superman. I would say the biggest issue, in my opinion, is I have no emotional attachment to any of these two characters throughout the movie. Now, of course, in their own perspective films, you do have an emotional attachment to them. In Man of Steel, you slowly learn about Superman's history, and you learn about where he comes from, you learn about his homeworld, and there's all sorts of emotions that get brought up. Now, I don't think Man of Steel was that great of a movie either, but what it did do is that you did have some level of emotional attachment to the character. Same with Batman. You look at Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, all of these movies, you had a reason to be cheering for Batman. And then comes Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and all of that goes to the wayside. So first off, obviously Batman's a different actor, and Ben Affleck actually did a pretty good job, but it was just, the entire movie. The movie first makes Superman look like a total jerk from Batman's perspective, which was good. It was good. The first few scenes, okay, forget all the flashbacks. The flashbacks were the dumbest thing ever. That first scene, I almost left. When they had little Bruce getting picked up by the bats, and then you realize it's a dream. That was just, so many of the flashbacks were just totally, it hurt my soul. It really did hurt my soul. But the point being is that, first off, Superman is portrayed in this bad light, which is like, cool. All right, this is cool. We're starting to build the storyline here of Batman versus Superman. We get where Batman's coming from, but does it mean we're cheering for Batman? No, I don't have a reason to like Batman. We just see that Batman's clearly frustrated with Superman, clearly frustrated with all the damage that Superman inflicted during the conflict of Man of Steel. But I mean, even then, it was a decent opening. I'll give it that. But then what happens is suddenly Batman's branding people. Whoa, what? So what they did is they did the good old, Superman looks bad from Batman's perspective, and now Batman looks bad from Superman's perspective. It's totally. They made both characters bad. Like, there wasn't enough good on either side except Superman obviously saving people. And it was just, I didn't have a reason to cheer for any of the characters. There wasn't a single second in the movie where my heart leapt for the character. There's been other movies where I'm watching it and you feel the tension. There was never tension. I don't know if it's because of the superhero genre. You never expect your hero to die. But I just want to jump forward to the next big part of the movie that I just absolutely flabbergasted me. So besides the fact that I have no emotional attachment to these two characters, even though there's been past movies that are made for them, in this film, there was no reason to cheer for either one. This movie just totally ruined these characters. Like, this was my deepest fear, is that you have three amazing Batman movies and we'd have a new Batman. And like I said, Ben Affleck did a good job, but the writing for him was terrible. There's no excuse for how bad the writing was in this movie. And obviously the screenplay was good. The director did a good job putting the cuts together, but there was so many irrelevant pieces of information floating around, and it wasn't a very straightforward storyline. It took so many needless, unneeded turns for the final lead up to Batman versus Superman. Like, it was, oh man. And the worst for me is they had the line when Batman said something on the lines of, criminals are like weeds, it's pointless destroying them because they'll just grow back. And it was like, what, bro? You just spent 3 movies fighting criminals, and now you're just like, yeah, forget that life. This is Superman here. Like, I don't care about my history. For the last 40 years, I've been fighting crime. Like, what in the world, dude? You're just all in one moment because you see Superman, who's clearly done some good things and, saved the world. You just decided, yep, I'm gonna bring this guy down. So that brings up the discussion. The Kryptonite sword has to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen because Lois Lane, she threw it like away from everyone. She threw it in a lake, and then she dived in, almost drowned, to retrieve it, only to throw it again. Won the world, the most important weapon on the planet, and she's just chucking it around. And Batman forgot about it. How the heck do you forget about the Kryptonite sword? Now you went out of your way to chase down a crime lord to steal it. There was a whole portion of the movie dedicated to trying to just retrieve the Kryptonite, and not only that, whole portions of the movie dedicated to creating the weapon. And after you've created the weapon, what do you do? Oh, I'm just gonna, toss it to the side and forget it. What? Come on, man. It's a Kryptonite sword. What are you doing? Thing's valuable. Could have saved a lot of lives. Also, I don't know why you wouldn't split it into multiple weapons as opposed to just having one spear. And then the other thing is that lasso scene at the end. We're seeing Wonder Woman just getting pounded, and then we look back and suddenly, Bruce somehow shot the gas canister. Perfect timing while Wonder Woman had the Beast lassoed up and Superman was charging. There was no communication between any of them. It was suddenly like, oh, hey, look, the giant thing that's unkillable is suddenly perfectly vulnerable with no coordination between any of the members. Oh! Also, your whole storyline goes to the wayside because suddenly the only reason Batman didn't kill Superman is because Martha. Because they're both Martha. Because both the parents happen to have the name Martha. And Superman, he could have brought it up sooner, but nope, he just had to wait till the last second till he's almost dead from a kryptonite sword. I was just... oh, man. And that brings up our discussion, our mad scientist man. So much potential to be a great villain. But it doesn't make any sense. So first off, he is against an invincible figurehead on Earth. And what does he do? That's right, he creates an even more invincible thing. Like, what are you thinking, bud? All your ideals about stopping Superman, and what all you did was, like, create an even worse Superman. So let's just say Batman ended up killing Superman. Then you have another super spawn that was made in the ship that would have come out and once again been like Superman 5.9. What the heck, man? Made no sense. Like, no sense at all. You're against invincible things and you created something invincible. I don't even know. There were so many twists and turns that were just, oh, it hurt. I want to tear my hair out. And every character had their moments. When Superman, I had one moment where I was like, wow, is Superman actually going to die? And then he died, and I was like, I'm actually not that sad about this. Like, I wasn't emotionally attached to any of the characters, and I'm a huge fan of these perspective series, but this movie gave me absolutely no reason to cheer for them during the movie. Now, going into the movie, I was like, Batman, let's go, man. This is my man. I'm going for Batman. He's a human, Superman, invincible. I don't like that. Like, I think people went in emotionally attached, but during the movie, they didn't give you a reason to cheer for the perspective side because both sides looked like total jerks. So we spent 2 hours watching two guys that in the past we absolutely loved look like total jerks. And then when it finally came to the conclusion where their fight was going down, they suddenly decided to get all buddy-buddy after Batman for 2 years is building up pent-up hatred, and he suddenly has the last moment before he stabs him a flashback. Oh, man. Oh, man. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 33%, and I was like, you know what? I can get behind that. And Batman, guns, what the heck, mate? You decide that you're going to use guns this movie, but then you're also going to decide to deliberately attach a car to the back of the Batmobile to take someone out, as opposed to using your freaking huge Gatling gun at the attached. I don't know. Oh, man. In fact, the biggest appeal is at the end of the movie how much we could all laugh about how bad it was. That was the appeal in the movie at the end. The best part of the movie was at the end laughing about it with my friends. Anyways, that is my review. Thank you all for watching, and good luck with your future movie ventures.